Hey guys, Chad here with the Reptile Rangers. Now we're at the Kernersville Reptile Zoo and Medical Center again today, and we are going to talk about something that's quite frustrating, okay? Now before we get into this, right here in this corner right here, follow my finger right over there, is our subscribe button. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit the bell for notification. Man, we appreciate you doing so and following along week after week after week. Now, I'm going to share something with you. Something that gets real aggravating, and we've had a bunch of them over the last week and a half, either turned over or showed up, okay? It's bearded dragons with MBD especially, but lizards in general with just massive amounts of MBD. It takes a while for the level of what I'm about to show you to get excessive, okay? It takes lots of time. And it boils down to really piss poor planning, piss poor prep work, and just doing absolutely no research. There's a lot of good educated folks out there. There's a lot of good information on any kind of reptile that you can find out there. And make sure you're getting your information from the right sources. I mean, when you go to certain places, you expect them to be experts in certain things, yes, and that's understandable. But before the animal gets to this particular point, you see that kind of stuff getting there. And then not seeking assistance, seeking help, seeking education just really shows the level of scumbaggery that really goes into this. Now, this bearded dragon right here, all right, so check this out. This bearded dragon was just turned over to us. Okay? I want you to see how badly deformed this thing is? Tail, the hip structure, massive bulge in the rib cage. Look how deformed his spine is. The legs are just floppy, not doing anything. He's got an underbite, jawline. The skull is completely out of whack from where it should be. He's got soft jaw. I mean, this animal just has, over the course of an extended period of time, just not been taken care of. There is things that we can do in the industry to kind of help this little guy if he's going to be able to make somewhat of an adjustable recovery and a quality of life. That's what we have to do is a quality of life assessment. Giving him time, is he going to be able to at least somewhat function like a dragon? If he is, great. If not, then the only choice you really have is to euthanize something like this so that it doesn't just wander around with a less than adequate, okay, I'm not saying perfect, but less than adequate quality of life to be able to at least live an adequate life, okay? There's absolutely no excuses for this piss poor crap right here. And this kind of crap just really does irritate me. Lack of UV, lack of calcium, lack of diet, just lack of pretty much everything they need. You know, stuff them in this freaking tank and think that it's okay to just set them in that kind of tank and just leave it alone. There is months and months and months of piss poor care that has led to the severity of this. Now, we've seen them much worse than this, I want to say this, but just what's gotten me so irritated at this point is I have seen so many of them over the last almost 2 weeks now, and it's gotten ridiculous that people aren't doing their research and they're just getting things and just dealing with it however they think or with whatever they think, okay? No, crickets is garbage food. Any pet store that tells you that, you need to have them shut down, okay? If a pet store is telling you to feed something like this, crickets, they're morons. Number 2, they need to have calcium. Number 3, they need to have good exposure to UVB or sunlight. Number 4, they need to be having, every once in a while, at least once every 6 months, they need to be having a regular check for intestinal parasites, for things that may be taking nutrition away from them. If they're clean of parasites, that is absolutely great. Things you should be feeding them, anything from dubia roaches to superworms to hornworms, mass amounts of fruits and vegetables, a good variety of diet. We have plenty of videos on this channel talking about that. How to care for your reptile in the wintertime, the importance of a balanced diet, the best insect feeders, MBD, shell rot, scale rot, mouth rot, all kinds of different things on this channel, and that's what this channel is here for, is to give you the science, give you the education and the know-how and the knowledge to be able to adequately take care of your animal, and both your animal and you survive for years and years together, okay, and thrive together for years and years to come. But again, this right here, and it was dropped off. Apparently the son had left, and mom was upset. She stood in the front of this place for almost 45 minutes, just standing there staring at it because she felt bad for turning it over. And of course I'm having to talk to her and tell her how bad off this thing is, and kind of the lack of care. And she's like, look, my son just left me with it, and she said and she was actually afraid of it, but she felt bad because she didn't want anything to happen to it. And so this wasn't even her responsibility as far as care goes. And son leaves her with this. And so, like I said, this is just really piss poor. This is just pathetic in the fact of the sense of no better than this animal has had for the few short years of its life. I think this thing's about 2.5 years old, if I remember correctly. It's really, really short. It's incredibly deformed from the MBD. There's not a whole lot of strength involved in with this little guy. It's not meaty at all. And you can tell he's got some neurological issues. Not bad. He's definitely got muscular issues. He's got, of course, bone issues, spinal issues from the deformity. And this thing's just, it's just pathetic as to how this thing has been dealt with, and the fact that it's actually been allowed to get this far without any care or concern to the animal itself. Now, again, these are awesome animals. They're a lot of fun. Make sure to hit the subscribe, like, hit the bell for notification. We appreciate you following along. Again, this is Chad. We are the Reptile Rangers, and we'll either see you here at the zoo or we'll see you on the next episode. Later.